Hello friends, welcome to today's football predictions on Betkraft. Today is a beautiful Sunday morning, the first day of September 2024, and I want to first of all wish all of us a happy new month, a wonderful month, a month where hopefully we'll be having lots of green in our tickets this month. Alright, today we have so many games going on across the globe, and we, as usual, selected a few of them, made our in-depth analysis on this few before bringing it forward for you. Okay, we looked at the performances from home and away, and also how they fared in recent games before making our verdict. And in a short while, we'll be looking at these matches one after the other. And I want to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe to kindly take our time to hit the subscribe button down there so that you don't miss out on our subsequent games that will always come up on this channel on a daily basis. All right, without further ado, let's go to the business of the day. And today we're starting with the first match in Danish league, where we have Silkeborg, who will be up against Midtjylland. Okay, then Silkeborg, who have achieved 4 victories in the past 3 recent 6 games. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss. And away side, Midtjylland have been able to achieve 3 wins, 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the last recent 6 games that they had. And when you look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Silkeborg, have been able to achieve 5 victories in the past 10 home games that they had so far. They've also had 3 draws as well, and they also had 2 draws as well as 3 losses in the past 10 games they played from home and away side. On the other hand, Midtjylland FC have been able to achieve 2 victories from away, and they've actually had 3 draws as well as 5 losses in the past 3 recent away games that they had so far. But looking at how these two teams have fared closely, you can as well see that home side in the past 10 home games that they had so far, 7 out of those 10 have actually produced a high scoring encounters, having over 2.5 on each occasion, 7 times out of 10. And the away side also have seen a very similar situation, seeing that it is actually 8 times out of 10 the away side have actually produced over 2.5 score line. And the last time they met was in May this year, on the 26th of May. We saw them playing out a 3-3 draw on that occasion. Prior to that, in April, we also saw Silkeborg defeating this side by 3-1. And before that again, we saw Midtjylland beating Silkeborg from away by 4-1. So it has been a continuous high scoring encounter for both sides. So we do expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this one. It is and over 2.5, that's our value for this very game. Minimum of 3 goals, that's what we expect. And that takes us to the next for the day. It is in Finland, first division, where we have EIF coming up against SJK. And we look at EIF in the past 6 games. They've lost the entire 16 that they played, and away side SJK have managed to win 1, 2 draws, but as well they've lost 3 games in the past 6 recent encounters. When you look at how they have performed from home and away perspective, the home side, EIF have managed to achieve 1 win, 1 draw, but have lost 8 games in the past 10 home games that they have so far. They've been doing very poor even playing from home. And the away side, on the other hand, have been able to achieve 5 wins from away, 1 draw, but have had 4 losses in the past 10 away games that they had so far. So the last time they met was actually in June. We saw SJK defeating this side by 3-1 on that occasion, and as well we will expect to see SJK, their away side, achieving the same feat in this very encounter. It is their away side to win outrightly. That's what I'm fighting for that very game. Okay, and that will take us to the next for today, and it is in Turkey Premier Division, first Turkish Super League. Actually, we'll have but Istanbul Basaksehir having coming up against Antalyaspor. And when you look at the home side, Basaksehir have managed to achieve 4 victories in the past 6 games, but they've also had 2 draws. And the away side, Antalyaspor, have managed to achieve just 1 win, but have had 1 draw as well as 4 losses in the recent 6 games that they have so far. And when you look at performances from home and away perspective, the home side, Istanbul Basaksehir, have won 8 games in the past 10 home games. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss, which came in the match against Trabzonspor on that occasion. Right, they just lost a single game and have won 80% of the home games. That tells you that this is a very fine team, in my opinion. And the away side, on the other hand, Antalyaspor have managed to achieve just 1 win from away. They've also had 2 draws, but have lost 7 games in the past 10 away games that they had so far. That tells you 70% of the away side of the away games have actually resulted to a loss for the away side, and that means that this is not the very best side, when playing from away. And the last time they met was in March this year, and Istanbul Basaksehir played from home on that occasion, and they had the victory in this very encounter. They won by 1-0, on that very day. So looking at putting all that together, we still do expect the home side, Istanbul Basaksehir, to achieve a result in this very one. It is the home side to win or draw and under 4.5. That's all valid for that very game. Okay, and that to take us to the next, and it is in Slovakia, first division, where we have a Slovenian Bratislava who will be up against Zilina. Okay, Bratislava have managed 4 victories and 2 draws in the past 6 games, and away side, Zilina have managed 3 wins, 2 draws, as well as 1 loss in the past 6 encounters for the away side. And looking at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that Bratislava, the home side, have been able to achieve 8 victories in the past 10 home games. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss, and that loss was against Zilina. That was in May this year, where they lost out by 3-2 on that occasion. Looking at the away side, Zilina have actually been able to achieve 2 victories in the past 10 away games, and they've had 3 draws, but have lost 5 games in the past 10 away games that they had so far. And when you look at how they have performed from head-to-head perspective, you could see that it is actually Bratislava who has been very, very dominant of this very head-to-head ties, seeing that the last 5 head-to-head meetings have actually seen Bratislava winning on 4 occasions out of 5, and Zilina winning just once. That was the last time they met. We saw Zilina defeating the side by 3-2, but prior to that, we also saw Bratislava, defeating Zilina by 3-0 before that very one. So that tells you that Bratislava is very, very strong side, and seeing that they're doing very well at the moment and they've been winning their matches of recent, we do expect to see the home win being very dominant in this one. It is the home side to win outrightly in this very encounter. That's what we expect. Okay, and that is going to take us to the next for today. It is actually in Poland League 1, where we have Pogon's Siedlce coming up against the Stal Rzeszow. All right, when you look at how they perform, Pogon, the home side, have won just 1 game in the recent 6 games. They've also had 1 draw, but have lost 4 times out of those 6 games that they played in recent times. And away side, on the other hand, Stal have been able to achieve 4 victories, but have had 1 loss as well as 1 draw. And when you look at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Pogon, have lost 8 games in the past 10 recent games that they had. They've also had 1 draw, but managed just 1 win. And away side, Stal, playing from away, have actually been able to achieve 6 victories, but have lost 4 games out of the past 10 away games that they had so far. The home side have lost 8 home games, winning just 1. Poorly. That's what they're doing, especially when they're playing from home. And the away side have been able to achieve 60% of the away victories, in the past 10 away games that they had so far. And the last time they met saw result playing from away, defeating the side by 4-1. And in this very encounter, we will expect to see the away side achieving a result in this very game, and it is a way to either win or draw under 4.5. That's what we expect for that very game. Okay, and that will take us to the next, which are going to be the last for today. It is in Norway Premier Division, in Norway First Division actually, where we have a Sandnes coming up against Valerenga. Okay, Sandnes have been able to achieve just 1 victory in the past 6. They have lost 5 out of those 6 games that they had. And the away side, Valerenga, have actually won the entire 6 games that they've played so far. All right, that tells you that it's a very fine team, that they're in fine form at the moment. And when you look at how they perform from home and away perspective, it is the home side, Sandnes have been able to achieve just 3 victories in the past 10 home games. They've actually lost 7 out of those 10. And away side, Valerenga have won 7 games out of the past 10 away games that they had so far. They've had 2 draws, but have lost just a single game in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. They've been winning their matches convincingly. Valerenga have been doing very well, and the last time they met, which was in June this year, saw Valerenga defeating Sandnes by 8-0. On that occasion, Valerenga played from home, and in this very one, we still do expect Valerenga, who is playing from away, to actually achieve the result in this very game. It is their away side to win outrightly. That's our balance for that very game. Okay, All right, that brings our predictions for you today on Betkraft to a conclusion. And I wish you the very best of luck. I hope the ticket goes green once again. And remember, it is Sunday, and the Sunday Millionaires game will be coming up. We'll be tested here. And for those of us who are using BetKing, I always advocate that you try it out and see how it goes. You never know, you could win $1 million playing games with Betkraft. All right, best of luck. Tomorrow is another day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions. Until then, keep winning.